I want to drink some of your juice so bad.
The purple juice, the magenta.
Yeah. It looks absolutely delicious.
Hello, grease balls, and welcome to The Grease, where we will be overanalyzing this week's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17, Episode 4. Bitch, I'm a drag queen. I'm your
Bitch!
host.
I thought you were going to yell at me for a second.
It really kind of did seem like that. I'm Ruth Escapella, joined today by none other than Joshita.
Hi, you babies. So glad to be back this week. I'm trying to grow out my beard. It's a journey. Come with me.
I think it looks good.
Thank you. I have some oil that I've been messing with. So we'll see. Maybe I can come off as straight.
I guess we can get started. Or do you have anything to complain about before we get going?
You know what? People who back into parking spaces. Let's talk about that. I can't take it.
Why? What's wrong with that?
It's just too much. You're doing the most.
You're
You are
showing
making
off.
everybody wait. Oh, let me back my big fucking dick into this parking. It's like, get out of here.
Why don't
You're doing
you
the
back
most.
your own dick into your ass?
Listen, the gays. That's all I'll say.
That's all. All right. Well, bitch, I'm a drag queen. Starts off with Samstar, just won last week the Monopulence Design Challenge. Lucky
Yes.
Stars lost the first lip sync of the season, which I guess is technically the third lip sync, but the first, lip sync for your life. Actually, no, it's the fucking second lip sync for your life because the first one nobody went home.
Because Hormona got saved.
But everybody's crying because Lucky went home, and Joella is like, "Why is everybody crying? I'm still here."
I know, how awkward is that whole situation? And truly, I want to preface this whole thing with I want everybody to go out and support Joella because honestly, I saw the Roscoe's video of her doing the recap with Naisha, and they were just being so mean to her, but not, they weren't being outwardly you're stupid fucking bitch, but they were all of the undertones to every conversation were oh my god, you're so bad, right? How funny how bad you are, you knew you were gonna go home, right? And it's just not nice. So everyone support Joella. She's lovely, and she got on the show, and we didn't.
Yeah, and honestly, I have kind of been living for Joella the past couple episodes. She's been making Untucked super interesting.
Yeah.
She is doing cameos right now too. So if anybody wants to pick up a cameo, I actually might get one for the Grease because I did also see that the doll Stacey Lane Matthews is doing the Henny Hotline, and I kind of want to see if she would let us call her on stream.
And it's literally just it's just you call her and talk on the phone.
Yeah, it's for an hour or something. It's $40 for an hour with fucking Stacey Lane Matthews.
Mama, we could get a good interview in on that.
I know. So we might be having some special guests.
We can get the grease on that break from season 3.
Yes. Yeah, going into the episode, Arietti is pressed, Corey is pressed, and they're ready to kind of prove themselves this episode with our main challenge. Bitch, I'm a Drag Queen, Volume 1 and 2. First, we'll go through the challenge, and then we'll be greasing and grossing the runway. So, you're going to see clips from the challenge. We're going to rank them, grease or gross the runways. So, our first pair is Lydia B. Collins and Lana Geray. And they had... oh shit, what was their song?
Theirs was hold on, I have it right here. No Class, No Manners.
Yes, No Class, No Manners. So this was between
Morgan and Mystique.
Yep, Morgan and Mystique.
I just didn't think that they brought it. There wasn't enough energy to it. There's definitely performances where we've seen queens pretending to be nice to each other but actually being cutty and rude.
Yeah.
Like the Despy Awards. They could have done way more. I honestly think Crystal outshined them being the tumbleweed in the background, which was hilarious, and sadly enough it was kind of better than what they did. On the tier list I actually have both of them in Drag Delusion.
Okay, wow. I do think part of it was the song, because the song was kind of, there wasn't a lot of dramatics coming from the song itself. It was more of a softcore kind of country number. Yeah, I mean, definitely could have had more to it. So I actually had them both in Cut Your Wigs Up, but which one of them do you think did better? We'll put that one in Cut Your Wigs Up, and we'll put the other one in Drag.
I would say probably Lana did better.
Okay, yeah, I agree. So she can go and Cut Your Wigs Up, and we'll put
That's fair.
Lydia Butthole Collins drag.
Drag delusion, girl.
Well, speaking of what the fuck Lydia is bringing to the competition, we can talk about Lydia's runway presentation for Quilted for Your Pleasure. What did you think of this?
See, again, this is like it's like almost there. Like there's something, I just feel like she's wearing someone else's stuff sometimes. I do get that this is like her aesthetic, but like, I don't know, like it needed like a little bit more, like it's still good. It's still gonna get like a general grease from me, but I feel like there's just missing elements to it.
I like her mug. I like her energy. I just wish that the storyline of this was more digestible. So I'm nooching it.
She's giving her Noochington.
I am. Lana Jure.
I fucking hate it.
Really?
It's very like there's, I don't know. It is a clear vision and it's very like polished and well done. I think it's ugly as fuck. Period. This is a gross for me.
Gross.
There's parts of it that I kind of like. Oh, okay. There's one part of it that I like in that it kind of
looks like Sailor Moon.
Yes. Okay. Yes. That was literally it. That's like the shaping at the waist makes it look like a Sailor Moon fuku, and that's like the only part of it that I like. But overall, it's kind of plain. I think this is getting a new shit. Okay. So next up is Joella with her "We Write the Stories" song.
This was honestly, I thought this was better than Lydia and Lana.
Okay.
In terms of the energy, it just wasn't 100% where it needed to be. Like there were definitely elements where it was like, okay, if she had just pumped this up some, I think she could have been in a good position. But it just fell flat in certain areas. Like I don't know necessarily. There were a couple of examples of this, and Joella and Corey King were where it was like, this would probably be funny in a lot of other situations, but it's just not hitting right now. I do have Joella and Cut Your Wigs Up.
Cut your fucking wigs up.
She did not know the words, which was kind of my main issue. What annoyed me about this as well is that the gospel number is easy, okay? It is easy to ham up the gospel number. And this just happened last year on Canada too, where
oh my god, Denim
in the Rusical had the gospel number, and it was like, have you never seen a movie? Like any movie?
Have you seen any movie ever? Denim.
Right? Come on. I don't know. It was just like, it was crazy to me that she couldn't give me what I wanted. And there were moments where it was so close to being like what you were saying, like being really funny. This had really that potential. It had potential, but it did not deliver. So I actually have her in Drag
Delusion, girl.
Ooh, my goodness.
Mama.
It looks like a glory hole at your grandma's house. What did he say? I cackled when I saw this come out because her little face in that whole big expanse is just so camp. It's like, are you kidding me?
I mean, this is iconic.
It's true. I mean, it is going to go down in history.
It is. It has. Like, I am obsessed with this.
My favorite part is that it does look like a Pop-Tart. And at the end, like closer to like the end of critiques, the top was like flopping over.
Well, okay, is she holding her arms up like this? I like a starfish in there to keep it up?
I pray to God that she is.
Jesus.
If that's the truth, then this week Joella is proof that God exists.
Oh my gosh. The hole isn't even big enough for her head. And whoever airbrushed RuPaul onto that blanket needs to be court-martialed or something. Like, it's... Have they ever seen a human?
Fire it off into the new gray area of it all.
Man, I see, and I don't know, like, I want to grease this because it's, like, iconic.
It's chaos.
It is. You know what? Maybe I will also nooch this because there's just something about it that is... It has done something to the Drag Race franchise that I don't think will ever be forgotten.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Arietti and Jewels Sparkles with back roll. I loved this. I want like a full track of this.
Oh, dude.
But they also had great material to work with, right? Because you want the Alyssa number for sure. I honestly think they were both pretty even. Like, I don't think that Arietti did that badly compared to Jewels. Jewels was just a little bit more.
Yeah.
And also Jewels was playing the Alyssa, so like she can tap into those Alyssa-isms. And I think that Arietti needed to differentiate herself a little bit more from what Jewels was doing because it seemed too similar.
There was, I don't think Arietti did really bad either. I think there was just like a little bit of like a energy level difference between the two of them, and it was a little bit like obvious. Honestly, Jewels was fucking hilarious. Jewels like really did a good job, but I also didn't really expect Arietti to be very good at this, to be honest. She seems kind of like a little bit more reserved, and I don't really necessarily know what she does, to be honest. And so she did better than I thought she would. So I thought they both did a great job.
I do have them both in All Right Mama.
I do too.
All right.
Gosh. Perfect. You're perfect. Rolls all over the place in the back.
It was disgusting.
That's a back. All right. Arietti's Quilted for Your Pleasure look, Joshita. Thoughts and feelings and prayers?
Love this. Beautiful. She's so hot. Not super getting quilt from it. But I can't do anything other than grease this. How beautiful.
It doesn't scream quilt, unfortunately. It almost, like, at first I thought it was like one of the Navajo blankets, you know? Those like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the only place where it's kind of obviously quilted is the headpiece. But I can't gross it because it is probably my favorite outfit this week.
Oh, she looks so good.
You know, just overall. I think it's amazing. I am over Michelle telling queens with signature makeup that they need to change because Arietti literally did her nose contour different last week.
She did, and in the actual challenge this week.
Yeah, she was showing different makeup as well. So, like, bye. And all the people saying, like, they go on there knowing that Michelle's going to say that. I don't care. You guys are dumb and stupid and bad. Jewels Sparkles quilted look.
I like it. I wish it was like there was a little bit more to it. Maybe something a little... It is... I mean, it's got volume. You know what? No, I do like this. You know what, bitch? I'm going to take those fucking hair spikes and put them on and harm you with them.
I'm gonna physically harm you. Yeah, I don't know. It was like I just felt whelmed by this. I thought like it's really nice. I'm just not blown away by it. It checks all the boxes. It's a grease.
Okay, fine. Yeah, it's a grease.
Hormona Lisa with I Nominate Myself from Chanel's iconic season 1 moment.
This was like okay. I feel like it was like a riff on Unbreak My Heart by Toni
Yeah, it really
Braxton.
sounded like that, right?
Yeah, so I liked it for that reason. And she, even though she looked like an idiot while they were filming it,
right?
It turned out better than I thought it was gonna turn out. I actually have her in the top of Cut Your Wigs.
Cut your fucking wigs up.
Yeah, the edit was really trying to make it seem like Hormona was gonna be horrible, which must have been fun for the editor setting that up. I thought this was fine. She kind of needed to push a little bit farther, and if she had really gone for it, maybe she could have been in the top. To me, this was kind of around.
But is it fashion?
Tier.
B for butthole.
B for boobs. B for brave.
Boobies.
Okay. Wait, what am I doing?
You want to talk about whelmed?
Oh, you were whelmed by this? Her mother
Yeah.
made this with her one hand. Did you miss that in Untucked?
Yes, I didn't watch Untucked this week.
Oh, okay. Well, Hormona mentions that her mother quilted this look for her with her one hand, and that her mother cut her fingers off of her hand with a table saw or something. And Lana Del Rey just goes, on purpose? It's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm whelmed. It fits well. So, and that's, kind of as far as it goes for me. I'm neutral.
This was definitely more like what I was expecting. It's cute and I like the colors, although I think she's worn kind of passed out every single runway and every single time we've ever seen her, actually. And I do kind of wish that the coat had fully come off at some point. But it's well constructed, and I mean, it's a quilt. Like, you cannot argue that's not a quilt, because it 100% is. So that's a Grease, my book. Crystal Envy is next with Unprofessional. Go Grease.
This was like what we were talking before. This one was one of the ones that was kind of like, okay, if you get this one, you could really turn it out and win with it. And it also just had those like wild, chaotic, like Katrina vibes to it, which it made me laugh. And I do think that Crystal Envy did a pretty good job with it, especially for being somebody that I feel like has just been like gray personality wise so far. Hairline looked better, and I think that she should be in But Is It Fashion this week.
You want to put her in But Is It Fashion?
Yeah.
You're crazy. You are crazy for that. This is so good. She should absolutely. She's my Slayana for real. Because not only did she kill her song, but she was the standout of Lydia and fucking Lana's one too, being the tumbleweed in the back. Like, she was the director, producer, actor, singing diva of this week. Incredible. And like you're saying, like, I agree that, you didn't have a good idea of her personality much until this episode. Well, she has
I will concede and push her up from a B to an A for sure.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. All right, Crystal Envy on the runway in her quilted look.
This is a huge Grease. I love this. This is beautiful. I wasn't even really ready for her to take it off. I was like, this looks really good. Blah, 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 blah. It's giving quilted. It's giving like royal excellence. And then she whipped it off and I was like, oh my God, completely different. We're giving sexy. We're giving bodysuit. We're giving jewels. This was one of my tippity top favorites on the runway. Huge Grease here.
Yeah, she slayed this outfit. And we have seen a lot of puffer jacket looks on this franchise.
Yeah.
And this one was so elevated. Like, the colors of it and the lobster bodysuit underneath it was just like, wow. She didn't even need that reveal. Like, if she didn't have it, it still would have been stunning.
Yeah. So good. I was so happy with her runway this week.
Yeah, massive grief. All right, Suzie Toot in Your Perfect. What did you think of this one?
Suzanne Tudor. Suzie Toot is not my cup of toot. She's not really my aesthetic favorite person. I thought she took this head on and did a really good job. Like, she had a really good attitude going into it, and she really harnessed like the feel of this particular like song.
Yes.
And it was funny, and she really committed, and I thought it was really good. She kind of surprised me. I didn't expect her to do a song like this, and then B, go ahead and pull it out and be funny with it too. Like, I thought she did a really, really good job. I do have her in Slayana.
Slayana all day.
Interesting. I agree, though. Not that she's in Slayana, but I agree that she did a really good job. I mean, she is the theater Disney gay, so she had better work this bitch. And she did.
Yeah.
She definitely worked this out. Her characterization, chewing on the roses and whatever. It was all really good. Like, I genuinely don't really have any complaints about this. I have her in All Right Mama.
All right.
Guys, I have the hiccups. I can put her in the top of All Right
All
Mama.
right.
Oh, yes. And then Suzanne Tootis's, the Tootress.
Suzanne Toot
Suzanne Tootis. For her quilted look.
way better face. Way better face. Looks completely different, to be quite honest. Looks like a different fucking person. I like everything but the like color and material of the outfit. Like I think the like shape of the dress, the silhouette of the dress, the cut of the dress, I like it all. I just wish it wasn't these like weird colors for some reason. Maybe that's just a taste thing and I'm gonna chalk it up to that because I still think this is a grease.
Her makeup looks really nice.
Yeah.
It's nice that she did something different already. If you're going to bring me like Lord of the Rings high fantasy,
Yeah.
don't bring me Raggedy Ann. Bring me Arwen, okay? Because this also not really quilted. There's like some patches on it.
Yeah.
But think back to Pythia's look that she just did for the Wind Runway on Global All Stars. That elf
Yes.
look, okay?
Yes.
That is like the caliber that I want to see. And this is just like you're playing in a blanket. This is like, I feel like this is meant for somebody like me to appreciate. And I'm just going to say it needs more.
You're sorely fucking mistaken, Miss Tootis.
That's fucking right, miss. I'm not fine. We have Samstar and Acacia Forgot doing star quality next.
So okay, I don't now this is bad, but I feel like I just can't, and maybe it's because of her name, but I can't remember Acacia Forgot. I feel like she's just fading the fuck away in all of these challenges and for no reason. Like I'm over here like the underrated version of that Shakira and Rihanna song, Can't Remember to Forget You. I'm right there. I just like, where is Acacia Forgot? This was so boring to me. Like the lyrics were even good. I even noted that like the lyrics to this verse and everything were pretty good for both of them. And I was just so fucking bored.
Yeah.
I did put both of them in like the bottom of Is It Fashion?
Okay. Yeah, I think we're feeling pretty similarly here because I didn't really know how to feel about this number. Like the tango, I think, was a good choice, but I don't think it was exaggerated enough.
No.
And it wasn't bad, but it was just really middle of the pack for me. I also had them in,
Fashion?
All right. I'm glad we agreed on that one.
All right, Samstar on the runway for the quilted for your pleasure.
This is really good. We've seen this before, yeah, but this is like every detail is there. Every single tendril of her fucking curls are like laid out on that, and it looks really cool. It gives quilt, it gives like sleeping bag. It's a really big grease.
I was really worried that you weren't gonna like this because I was worried that you weren't gonna like the way that the hair blends into the same color of the pillow because I'm
It's,
like kind
perfect.
of obsessed with it.
It's like perfect. It's
Yeah.
like every fucking detail is there.
This is what Courtney Act thought that she looked like in that challenge on season 7.
6, yes.
Whatever.
But no, every detail. She looks like such a nasty bitch, and I've said that so many times.
but she does,
I love
though.
it. It's a positive when I say that.
H to T, head to toe. My only nitpick here is that I don't like this little writing on the back of the pillow. I don't like stupid dumb shit like that. We don't need to be writing stuff on unless it's like something.
I don't like stupid dumb shit.
Yeah,
Like
dumb
that.
stupid shit. Get that off of there. You need to get Hormona to help you pull those rhinestones off of that.
Get that off of there.
Okay, Acacia Forgot.
Okay, so I'll be honest, like this one is a little bit better in my opinion than some of her other ones. Like I feel like it's a total look, whereas a lot of them had like length issues, we had hair issues, we had titty issues with monopulence. And this I feel like is kind of like there's not really anything glaring. So I'm gonna give this a light grease.
Oh, I think I forgot to grease Samstar, but yeah, that was a grease. The color of it is all very muted.
I
So
feel like that's all of her drag is like taupe,
yeah,
like you said.
yeah, and it's like for whereas Sam's look, the blonde hair with the white pillowcase worked. The hair is too light. You can't even really tell that there's doilies on her hair. Like if she was wearing darker hair, then you could see the doilies and there'll be a bit more of an impact there. And then the doily and the quilt's color, I think, are also too similar. So to me, it just read like lacy sleeves and not necessarily quilt because I couldn't even really see the quilt. This is in Nooch territory for me.
We're in Nugington territory.
We're in the Nugington. Anya Nerve and their song Put Your Lighters Up.
This was my favorite. I rewatched this so many times. Her facial expressions are so chaotic and hilarious. And like, I literally was just sitting there watching it and being like, you are such a fucking asshole. Like, I think this is the funniest shit. Like, her face and her movements and just like like every single part of it was amazing to me. This is my other candidate for the Slayana category because I don't have any faults.
I actually have this in Slayana as well.
Slayana all day.
This was one of the songs that had definite winner energy.
Yes.
But even then, if the wrong person had this and couldn't deliver it, then it wouldn't have been as strong as it was.
But this, oh my god, this was so good. Okay, I didn't like it. Doesn't really make the impact quite at first until she's standing next to all the other girls. How fucking big her hair is on this look. Oh, it's that alone is iconic. But like, bringing the culture, I'm gonna bite immediately on that. She's giving body, she's giving culture. Her face is fucking painted. Like, and she serves all of her looks on the runway just like so brilliantly. I fucking love Anya Nerve. I became an official stan this week, and this is a big grease.
Her delivery on the runway, to me, is very reminiscent of RuPaul. I mean, the way that is very kind of nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Mm-hmm.
And she also is like, she's really, really gorgeous. And this look was no exception. She's brought, I mean, I've liked all of her looks, I think. Even the first one, that was a little bit raggedy. But
it was a little raggedy.
I do kind of wish the draping of the quilt placement was slightly different to accentuate her shape a little bit more, but I'm still not mad at it. And yeah, the huge hair with the head wrap was absolutely divine. So this is a grease. Next to Lee, we have Lexi Glove with This Is Your Moment.
I thought this was good. This was pretty safe in my opinion. It was like upper middle area, I guess, in my opinion. I thought she did a good job. She managed to get in like a couple of like laughing moments. She knew all of her words. Her hair was also enormous, which always gonna get points.
Yes.
And it's so silly because like that scene where right when she falls, if you like pause that as she's falling, she looks just like Alyssa Edwards. It's very strange.
Really?
Yes. Even just looking at it when she falls, you'll notice it. But I was like entertained by it. I do have Lexi in the top of But Is It Fashion this week.
But I mean, I love Lexi so far, and I thought that her like roller skate performance was so amazing, and I thought this didn't necessarily like live up to that. But I think it's more just the choices she did for this scene could have been a little bit different. This scene between Jasmine Kennedy and Maddie Morphosis, like you and I have talked about this before, that this is like one of my favorite moments, and I think that the quote "This is your moment, have it" is like so just icon. Like literally, I want a tattoo of it so bad. It's so good, and I love Jasmine Kennedy. I love when she's sobbing, saying that she's trans. That was like,
oh my god, that was life changing.
She's a queen. I love her.
Agreed.
But I actually had this in Cut Your Wigs Up.
Cut your fucking wigs up.
Oh, you were not featuring.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't featuring.
Okay,
so I could, if we're gonna split the difference, we can put this into the middle of, but is it fashion?
But is it fashion?
Sure.
Oh, she should definitely be above Acacia. So Yeah. Okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, Lexi on the runway. This didn't really give me quilt much.
Yeah, I was just about to say, where's the quilt?
If you
I
look,
guess
the bottom is quilted like a puffer jacket. Is quilted.
yes. Which, I guess that's enough for me. But it should be more present and more like obvious from the get-go. Now, I do love this look. I think it looks really good on her. And it's like, I don't know, it's giving me like a little bit of like 2000s-y kind of feel. But I like this. I'm gonna grease it.
The details of it are really gorgeous with all of the embroidery and embellishment.
Yeah.
But I know that we loved Crystal's puffer jacket look for this quilted thing, but personally, a puffer jacket is not a quilt. A quilted garment is not a quilt. You know what I mean?
Fair.
Like, I kind of wish people would stop being like, oh, puffer will work. No, I want to see more quilts. Damn it. But this does still get a grease for me because it is really gorgeous. Our final queenly performance on today is from Corey King.
I don't get why she tried to have the same outfit underneath what was ripped off. Because, I mean, I guess it was the same outfit but crystallized. So maybe that was it. Didn't come off very obvious. And then this was the other one that I mentioned before. It was like, some of these things probably should be funny, but they're just like cringy as fuck, particularly in this one. And I don't know why.
It didn't really work. But again, with just a little punching up, I think this concept could have been funny.
Yeah.
And it was still kind of funny, but it wasn't on the level of everything else. And then that was kind of my issue that I had with Lexi as well. So I have Lexi in Cut Your Wigs Up, so I think I would put Corey.
Cut your fucking wigs up.
You had her in Drag Delusion.
Drag Delusion. Drag Delusion. I had it in the top of Drag Delusion. So whatever you feel.
Well, we can do top.
Drag Delusion, girl.
Corey King on the runway. What did you think of this? I'm actually quite curious.
Boo! Ooh, this is disgusting. I hate this. I hate that anybody made this for her or told her it was okay and said, put on this nasty thing. I gross this all to hell. It's nasty.
Wow. Oh my god.
Especially with that gross hat. Ew. Ugly, ugly, very ugly.
Her head does look really comically small. It was very strange.
Teeny tiny with that big ass like boobies and
the big boobs.
The boobs and then the huge neck thing. I'm just like, this is half of an outfit for real.
It wasn't my favorite garment, but I don't know fully that I think that she should have been in the bottom.
Yeah.
I'll give it a nooch. So our tops are Anya Nerve, Crystal Envy, and Suzie Toot. How are you feeling about the top plate?
Suzanne Tudor definitely deserved to be there this week. Anya Nerve was probably my personal favorite, and Jewels really, really brought like the energy.
Jewels?
I'm sorry, who was the other one?
Anya, Crystal, and Suzie.
Crystal, Jewel, fucking Jesus. Crystal was pretty good as well. Brought, a different, like, I felt like I didn't know her before this episode. So they all deserved it, I feel like.
We had all these queens pretty high. And Anya snatches the win.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like
deserved.
I feel like she almost was kind of underestimated when she first came in. So it's good to see her get a win so early. I definitely see her going far. I mean, especially Ru loves her.
Yes,
Obsessed.
and she's like, she hasn't been low at all yet. So she's, come on, baby.
Come on, baby. Right. Well, our bottoms are Arietti, Corey King, and Joella.
I feel like Arietti was one of those annoying, like nobody else was left to put in the bottom.
Yeah.
Type
Well,
situations.
and I think that either I could have seen Lydia or maybe Acacia in the bottom over either Arietti or Corey, quite frankly. Next week is RDR Live, our favorite challenge.
Yeah, why does everybody hate RDR Live? I want to know.
Wait, I thought
Everybody
you did.
hates
I
it.
thought you hated it.
No, I don't hate it. Everybody hates it.
Oh.
And
I do think
like,
that last year's was really cringe, right? That was the one.
wasn't
Last year
the
was
fucking first time
no.
they did it?
Maybe it was the year before with Geneva Carr.
That was last season.
There's too many queens, you guys. My brain can't store the information anymore.
Last season was the first season that they did this.
Was it? Why was I thinking that they had two? Well, anyway, I mean I don't mind RDR Live all that much.
Yeah.
I like seeing people cringe, and I like seeing people fail, and I like when sometimes people are funny too. So it's like it's a good challenge to get all of those notes.
Yes, that's why I like the roast so much, because it's like horrible, amazing, and then really nowhere in between.
Yeah. All right, perfect. Well, we'll probably be back on Sunday, probably at 3
As
p.m.
long as Princess doesn't throw her back out.
Oh my god, yeah, I threw my back out this weekend again, so I need to figure out what's going on with my life there. But most likely, we'll be live at 3 on Sunday on Twitch and YouTube. Thank you to everybody who came out to the stream, and thank you, new followers. You can check out our YouTube. We did just put up a new episode,
Yes, we got. Wasn't that today though? Actually, today.
Oh yeah, it was today at like 4 a.m. or something.
New episode up today, you guys. Just delivering.
Yeah. But we will see you all next week. Goodbye.
Bye.